member banks, edge and agreement corporations, U.S. state licensed branches, agencies, and representative offices of foreign banks, non-banking activities of foreign banks, national banks, savings banks, non-bank subsidiaries of bank holding companies, thrift holding companies, financial reporting procedures of banks, accounting policies of banks, business continuity in case of economic emergencies, consumer protection laws, securities dealings of banks, information technology used by banks, foreign investment by banks, foreign lending by banks, branch banking, bank mergers and acquisitions, who may own a bank, capital adequacy standards, extensions of credit for the purchase of securities, equal opportunity lending, mortgage disclosure information, reserve requirements, electronic funds transfers, interbank liabilities, Community Reinvestment Act subprime lending demands, all international banking operations, consumer leasing, privacy of consumer financial information, payments on demand deposits, fair credit reporting, transactions between member banks and their affiliates, truth in lending, and truth in savings. And of course, it also engages in legal price fixing of interest rates and creates inflation and boom-bust cycles with its, quote, open market operations, end quote. This is the Washington, D.C. establishment's definition of laissez-faire in financial markets. Note, writes DiLorenzo, that I didn't even mention other financial market regulators such as the Securities and Exchange Commission, Comptroller of the Currency, Office of Thrift Supervision, and dozens of state regulatory agencies. DiLorenzo's fourth law of government is that politicians will only take the advice of their legions of academic advisors if it promises to increase their power, wealth, and influence, even if they know the advice is bad or even devastating for the rest of society. The academics happily play along with this corrupt game because it also increases their notoriety and wealth. The most glaring example of this phenomenon today is the fact that there has been virtually no discussion at all by government officials or the media of the vast literature of the gross failures of government regulation to protect the, quote, public interest. A literature that documents the failures of government regulation for more than a century. Well, everybody, I'd like to go on, but as I make this production, it's getting very, very late. And what I think I need to do is, again, split this particular broadcast into two segments so that it's more easily digested and it's easier to listen to. And in fact, maybe what I'll do later on is put it together as one giant pod if you want to listen to it as one giant production. But where it stands right now, we'll pick up where we left off right here with Thomas DiLorenzo's essay, which is just fantastic. And then, in the next broadcast, I can't wait for you to hear the testimony of one person who has seen the government regulations that already exist affecting her life, removing her ability to be able to spend time doing what she does productively, and instead have to deal with government regulations with her bank. We'll give you that tomorrow. As I promised, I wanted to get this out before the weekend all started up, and it's almost upon us. I want to get it out there for you now. Thanks so much for listening. I'll leave you with some great music. And as the prisoner says, be seen.